The one who understands the law of vibration has grasped the scepter of power. Hi, this is Harold and welcome to The Sanctum. And we'll be continuing our exploration of the 7 Hermetic principles, as this is the third video of a 7-video sub-series on the 7 laws of life, the 7 Hermetic principles. And today we'll be looking at the law of vibration. And as I mentioned in previous videos, if you wish to know more about the 7 Hermetic principles, please read The Kabbalion by Hermes Trismegistus, which will talk much more in depth about these principles. So the law of vibration states that nothing is at rest. Everything moves, everything vibrates. This principle embodies the fact that there is motion in the universe and that nothing is in rest, that everything moves, vibrates and circles. And this is something very familiar in physical sciences, as already this has been discovered. I'm sure many of you are already aware of this principle. But it was only in the 19th century that science discovered and confirmed something that the Hermeticists have been talking about for millennia. And the scientific rediscovery of this principle is additional proof of the truth of the Hermetic doctrine. So going back to the law of vibration, not only does it state that everything is in vibratory motion, but it also states that the differences between the various manifestations of the universal power are entirely due to the varying rate and mode of vibrations. All that we call spirit and matter and everything in between are varying rates of vibratory motion. So according to this principle, everything that we experience in our reality is just a different rate of vibration. Matter being the grossest and the lowest form of vibration, while a spirit being the highest. When I mean highest, I mean the highest rate. It's vibrating at the highest rate, meaning the all, the creator, the source would be vibrating at such a high rate or frequency, it would be so infinitely in a state of infinite vibration, to the point in which it would be the closest possible thing to being at rest, and matter being the lowest or slowest vibratory rate, which forms this gross, hard material substance which we can perceive existing in the form of solids, liquids and gases. And we've already covered in a previous video that everything is energy, and energy is everything. So therefore, with these various forms of energy, light, heat, electricity and magnetism are all different frequencies of vibration. So in other words, how something is expressed in our reality and how we experience this is entirely due to the vibration and the vibratory rate and motion of that thing. So let me give you an example, and I'm going to use one of my favorite examples, and that is that of the wheel. So if you were to imagine a wheel, and if this wheel was physically at rest, so what I mean is it's not turning or moving, the wheel is at rest. Now if you were to slowly begin to turn the wheel, or begin to fix it onto some form of motor that would slowly begin to turn the wheel, at the beginning, because the motion of the wheel is so slow, there will be no auditory sound that is produced. But if we were to increase the rate more and more and more, soon we will begin to hear a raspy, gross sound starting to appear. And soon, as we increase this rate more and more, it will form into an audible sound, maybe even a musical note, and it will slowly start to ascend the scale of musical notes as we increase the vibration, increase the frequency of motion of the wheel. And once that's reached a certain degree of vibration, a certain rate of vibration, the sound will no longer be perceptible by our ear, as it would have crossed the threshold of which our ears are able to perceive sound. And instead, the sound will die down and silence follows. And then afterwards, as we continue to increase the rate of oscillation of this wheel, different degrees of heat start to manifest. And then after a certain point, visual colors begin to appear, starting with a little hue of red, turning into orange, turning into yellow, then blue, indigo and violet. And we've now entered the rate of the visible region of light, as light is just energy as well. And this rate, this frequency that is produced and that we see, for example, when we see a color, let's say there's a red object, and the red object, all the colors of the light is absorbed by that object except the color red. So the color red bounces off the object and we receive this information and we call that color red. So in that same way, this color red is a specific vibration of light, specific rate. So in that same way, when the wheel begins to turn at that same rate, we start to see colors beginning to appear. And then moving beyond that, we go into stuff like X-ray, UV, beyond the visible region of the spectrum. So what I'm trying to get at this is that purely due to the vibration, it will decide how that object, living or inanimate, exists in this reality. And if we were to continue increasing the vibration of that wheel, after a while it won't even have a material form, because it will move beyond the threshold of the material rate of vibration, and it will move into a more ethereal rate of vibration, and becoming an energy becoming more and more subtle as vibration increases, until it reaches a very, very high vibration and may even move into vibration of spirit. So this is what everybody is talking about when we say moving into a higher dimension of perception, or vibrating at a higher frequency, experiencing life at a higher frequency, because we are able to change the rate of our own vibration, and thereby changing the way we perceive our reality and exist in our reality. But what's interesting to know is that even thoughts, emotions, reason, desire, and will are vibrations, are just energy. So therefore, any mental state or condition is accompanied by a vibration, and a portion of which are thrown off and can affect other minds by induction. Every thought, emotion, and mental state has its own rate of vibration, and therefore by efforts of the will, and by knowing how to, and by having the techniques, we ourselves can learn to take control of our own rate of vibration, and our own emotions, our thoughts, our mental states, our will, our desire, and all these other phenomena, pretty much everything. And this is of fundamental importance for us to understand if we want to learn to move into a higher vibration and learn to make use of our thoughts in a more constructive manner, to control our emotions, and learn to manifest the life of our dreams, as well has moved closer and closer to understanding this incredible Hermetic concept of the all. The one who truly understands the principle of vibration has grasped the scepter of power. And if you wish to learn how to change your vibration and to begin to take this journey, I'll be covering subjects like this and even deeper in this channel. So please hit that subscribe button, click the bell icon so that you are notified of new videos, and like and share this video. And I'll see you very soon. Take care.